Whoa! Boy, did I just mess that up, didn't I? What in the world have I done? Sorry, everybody. I have messed something up because I didn't lock the scene, but I'm going to fix this. While everybody gets filed in here, I'm going to fix this, and then we can get on our merry way with the talk of a little winter weather. Lock the scene down. There we go. Oh, it did it again. Wonder why it's doing that. All right, I'll fix this again. And not touch anything. Okay. Why does it keep doing this? Yeah, we have a threat for a little wintry. No, not a little. I'm, you know, don't forget at, um, I'm going to move my mouse here and it's going to do something. Um, I'm more confident about the cold than anything else. Uh, I love to call this the Arctic hammer, and that's what this really is the Arctic air drilling down the plains and spreading out, and that's what's going to happen. So when I look at the pattern here, and when I look at, please don't do this again. Like we have, well, Bryant, come talk to me Saturday and Sunday and tell and Bryant, you tell me. Um, yeah, that's fine. If you want to call it whatever you want to call it, I call it forecasting. And that's what we've got to do here is make sure you're aware that we're not looking at, it's not 1983, it's not 1985, it's not these, but it's going to be significant. The heating demand is going to be extremely significant across the United States as a whole. The how much when for my physical address? This comes to us from the one and only Jesse Hayes. Jesse, I don't think you want me to give everybody your address. So, Lexi Miller says 50 inches. We're not getting 50 inches of snow. This is important because a prolonged period, and we've had this before. I don't want everybody to think that this is something we've never had before, but it's a prolonged period of very cold temperatures, sub-freezing temperatures. And if you look at the GFS, it's 2 or 3 days consistently of below freezing temperatures, at or below freezing temperatures. When you look at the European, it's almost a week of consistent. Here, I like autumn. It's a great name too. Thank you very much. You look at the European. I'm not saying that that's going to be right, but my goodness, it's going to be cold. And you're talking about wind chill values. You're talking about, pipe busting cold. That's important. That can cost, thousands upon thousands of dollars in repairs. This can be a high impact event in terms of that, in terms of roads and accidents. So we want to make sure that you are aware. Now, I see already Kevin says here, where's Kevin? I just saw it. Need to get milk and bread. I always say the only reason why you need milk and bread is because you're out. This is not something where Heath is going up to. You may not have to go that far. You may be able to just stay in Maumelle, Heath. Hope you enjoyed your trip up to Whitefish. This is going to be a significant event where you can have. I don't think you're going to be snowed in for a week. There might be a day or two because you know what? Let's give credit where credit's due. The Little Rock, the city of Little Rock, the Arkansas Department of Transportation. I think back. When I first started in TV in Little Rock, and growing up here in Little Rock, heck, the 70s and 80s and early 90s, roads didn't get cleared until maybe 2 or 3 days past the time. These guys with the Little Rock, with the city of Little Rock and Arkansas Department of Transportation, they're great. We've got a phenomenal operation between the city and the state doing incredible work and getting those roads cleared. So that's why I'm saying I just don't think that the days are there anymore where you're snowed in for 2 days. I just don't. I think that now, don't get me wrong. If there's ice on sidewalks, driveways, and things like that that don't get cleared up, yes, that does happen. But my goodness, they do an awesome job. So if you want to go get milk and bread, knock yourself out. Um, and here I am downplaying it, and all of you people think that I get profit off of that or something. So, anyway, I'm actually doing Fox 16 at 9, and I'm doing KRK4 News at 10. So I'll be on both shows. I got to get going here in about 5 minutes or so. I'm going to do both shows with the newest information. But the bitter cold, I have a high degree of confidence of bitter cold, winter weather, medium ice. There's still discrepancies as to what precipitation type. And if you look at the modeling, even one model shows inches of sleet. The cold air, once it gets into the United States, the models see it for all of its full scope, and it is typically 99 out of 100 times it's colder and deeper than what the models forecast. Therefore, the precipitation type may end up being mostly snow and some sleet. That could be, that happens most of the times. Maybe this won't be the time it happens. But I think that you also got to watch for what could go wrong. Watch my video I produced earlier. What could go wrong? What if the moisture and the cold air suppresses the moisture too far to the south and we don't get anything except cold air? So that's why I say snow and ice amounts, the confidence level on that is low. Huh? What was that? Why is it doing this? Hold on. So this is the European. This is the European computer model here. And there's timing differences too. When you look at the GFS, the GFS doesn't show as much precipitation at all. It's much lower. It still has some. But then you look at other models like the European, which is more reliable in the longer range, does showing more. But you know what? Maybe this is the time the GFS is right. Let me boy, the comments are coming in fast and furious. I try my hardest. I know a lot of you are saying, bring on the winter weather, bring on the winter weather. Well, be careful what you ask for. You might just get it. All right, so this has the European has it coming in a little bit sooner than the GFS. And remember, this is Monday and this is coming in Friday. But my goodness, when I see that, in my opinion, the air, if this is right, and if this is onto the right solution with more moisture compared to the GFS, that peach color in southern Arkansas, I would drop that 75 miles south. That's what I would say. And it's far southern Arkansas that gets the mix changing to snow, and it's more snow for the rest of the state. That things change, things evolve, and then it's gone early Sunday morning. Okay, so this is what I'm saying. This is very preliminary. I'm not calling for amounts just yet, but accumulating snow, that's where the area with the best chance for accumulating snow. Then you see the mix change into snow. So that's how I think things may evolve. And that's a very vague general idea. And you're saying, okay, why can't you tell us amounts? Depends on the moisture. I mean, if you believe the European computer model, there's tons of moisture. If you believe that it's the GFS, right, there's not as much. But I am leaning towards a wetter solution, a snowier solution, but not to the extreme of the European. I can't thank y'all enough for your trust. Download that Arkansas Storm Team app, 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. every day on our news app and our live streaming app, KRK Fox 16 Plus. You can watch our live streams. But I just wanted to get on here on Facebook for just a little bit. I've been watching the game. I'm rooting for Indiana. I would love to see Indiana win this. Nothing against Miami. I don't have anything. In fact, one of my old friends from my first job went to school at the U in Miami. Will Manso is his name, and he does sports for I believe the ABC. He's a sports director for the ABC station in Miami now. So I got Will. I know is pulling for, and I think of Will Manso, but I just would like to see Indiana. I'd love to see that happen. Anyway, so I've got that on side. So at 9:00, of course, I will have new information on Fox 16 and, of course, KRK4 News at 10:00. Wind chill temperatures. Now I have to adjust this But I mean, for the timing. But look at Saturday. Oh, by the way, Bryant, whoever was in here that talked about the hype, like this is what I'm talking about. Saturday wind chill temperatures hovering around zero. You can see my concern. Now look at this. This has Monday morning wind chill temperatures 7 to 10 to 15 degrees below zero. This is the European. This is only right. This is only right if there is a lot of snow on the ground, because that would lower the temperature, and with any wind, that would be realized. Otherwise, if there's not as much snow on the ground, that's not going to happen. Okay? Like I said, that's the extreme scenario. Cold air impacts prolonged period. Wind chill temperatures at or below zero. Pets, pipes, people. And I stress this enough. Parents, please have that conversation with your kids. Make sure they know to stay off ponds with ice on them. It's thin ice and disasters happen. We don't want anybody getting hurt. So yeah, why are you talking about this, Todd? I mean, get this all the time. Uh, you know, I could go on and on about what people say. I'm just not going to say it, but it's my job. It's in my title. I forecast the future. Anyway, so I just want to get the word out there. Stay off frozen ponds, all right? Dress in layers. The last thing you want is a disaster in all this. This is dangerous. There's no doubt about it. The extreme cold can be extremely dangerous, and we don't want anybody to get hurt. Dress in layers. Stay warm. What else do I got here? Oh, tomorrow. It's going to be nice tomorrow. Got some rain coming in this week, too, before all this hits. All right, let's see. Do I have any questions here? Okay, so Charles says, I like to see it's not going to happen Thursday. Probably later Friday. I'm thinking late afternoon. Good point, Regina. But this isn't, a pandemic. So, Scott Jennings, 2 to 18 inches, y'all. Hey, there are some meteorologists out there that actually will put like 0 to 12 inches. I'm like, that's not a forecast. That's a forecast that will verify 365 days a year. It's not 0 to. That's funny, though. I think you're more of a mix, Sandra, but I think you could see flakes fly in Hamburg, too. But I'd say you're in an area there in southern Ashley County. Tell the Tuckers I said hello, by the way. Sheila, I saw your post earlier and went straight to the grocery store. My crock pot is already crying as I unload my groceries. Oh, come on, Shelly. Thank you very much, though. I just want everybody, all are doing, and people think, oh, you're all hype. Okay, you have every right to believe that. I call it communicating effectively what's going to happen. So it's going to get cold, and there's a chance for snow. And there's a very high chance that I got to put my tie on. I've got to put my IFB on and my microphone and do the TV thing. Okay? There's a 100% chance. Yes, yeah, Ashley, my app says 12 to 18 inches. Okay, Ashley, I'm glad you brought that up, because that's a model. That's a model. And there is a model that says that. That's the European that's saying that. That is guidance. That's a model. That's not a forecast. That's where it's getting it from. And I just want you to know. It's the extreme scenario. Oh, Trina. Every time I would rather have winter weather. If I had to decide between that and tornadoes, winter weather every time. Tornadoes are just horrible. I hope we don't get any ice. I don't think we're going to. I think far southern Arkansas could. I think the worst icing is going to be East Texas through Louisiana, Mississippi, that corridor. It could come into southern Arkansas, but we have to watch that very, very, very carefully. Be a part of our weather team. You can send pictures. You can upload pictures. You can upload video. All you have to do is download that Arkansas Storm Team app. Download that on your phone, and you're part of the team, and you help us cover Arkansas weather. I've got gas logs, but yeah. I love a wood burning fireplace. I love it. It's just, I'm getting old, and the logs and carrying it in and out, on my back. Oh, Derek, Snow Machine might have some competition. Snow Machine is going on tonight, by the way. When I get home, I'm setting that thing up. I really do not think that there will be any school next Saturday and Sunday. Going out on a limb with that one. I think you got a chance in Camden even. That's a Ryan Vaughn thing, but you're going to get snow. All right. Okay. It's time for me to get ready for the newscast for Fox 16 at 9 and at KRK 4 News at 10. I think that's all I got to say about that. Thank y'all so much for your trust. Again, I'm here to communicate. Communicate. Timing, Stacy wants tune in, Stacy. Fox 16 at 9 and then KRK 4 News at 10. I'll go through everything, Stacy. But communicate. Communicate. That's what I'm doing. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for your trust. Stay safe. We'll keep you updated.